Hey guys, you're watching because you want and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. And you know what? I think I've tortured you guys long enough. I'm going to fix the windows on the yellow house. It's been annoying me too. Believe me, please. It really has been annoying me. But I was leaving it there because I knew it was annoying most of you guys too. Cut. Paste. And whoops. And then fill in the few remaining. Oh, you click there. There. Alright, are we all happy now? Are we all good? All the windows are now in line. We don't have any like dodgy ones for no reason. Alright, working on the cathedral today. We've actually got most of this cathedral done now. It's looking stunning. I want to work on the main tower today. Hopefully even get the main tower in. I think the tower is a little bit bigger than the two front towers. Otherwise, I would have actually just copied like that section and pasted it onto there because I like it and it would have suited in the middle. But the fact that it's a little bit wider means that we don't have that option. It's not a bad thing. We just get to make our own again. There's a couple of things that I want to do straight off the bat. I actually want to have a lip that goes... Oh, let's turn off the shaders as well. I want to have a lip that goes around at about the level of the roofs of the east, south, and west wing, or whatever they are. I can't remember what way it's actually facing north. That has a little bit of wood that sits on top of it. Just as like a breaker, we get that a little bit of a brown section that goes all the way around the top of this castle. Then why is this? Oh, it didn't hit done. That's why. Oh, I never did. I never hit it. I was like, load in a minute. There we go, done. Yeah, it was like 2 seconds. There we go. So I wanted to sort of come around here and around the front. Now, the trick with all buildings in Minecraft, any house that you build in Minecraft, is you want to try and get as much detail in as possible, which means basically getting as much depth in to the building as possible. So you want things like, you know, sections that come out wider than others, sections that sort of recess in further than others. It's why that skyscraper looks bad in comparison to this one. It's not because that one's taller or a different shape. It's that the windows are recessed in. On this one, the windows are all in the same height. It was the first building that we done in the city, and I suppose I had a lot going on in my mind, and maybe I wasn't as good at building possibly when I built that one. But I keep saying that I want to change that, and just by recessing the windows in on that skyscraper by one block is going to make a huge difference to the overall look of it, the overall appearance. And the bigger the building that you have, the more you can do. The more recesses and embossing you can get away with. On a small house, if you do a recess and emboss that's too much, then it looks a little bit weird because the house isn't big enough to take it. If you do a big building but don't have any recesses like that skyscraper, it ends up looking really flat. You know, we've got like some recesses on how like the blocks between the windows sort of drop back, but it's just not enough because of the size of the building. So it's a little balance to do. I also think that this building, this cathedral, should have potentially been its own mini-series. Like how the port was, or the prison, or the private island. It wouldn't have taken as many episodes. I mean, the port was only 11. Well, 10. I think it was technically 10 episodes. But we made it 11. Or I made it 11 because I then added the video, or like the last video of like a world tour. So it was a 10 episode build. This is episode 6, I think. Or part 6, I should say, part 6 of the cathedral. So this will probably end up going to a part 10 like the cargo ship was. Which basically tells me that I should have done it as its own mini-series. However, you guys don't seem to mind it too much. It's one of your favourite, or most of your... for most of you, it's one of your favourite buildings on the city. So you don't mind if I, like... keep doing episodes and keep adding stuff to this and finishing it off during city episodes. It just slows the progress down for the rest of the city, because obviously we have to spend episodes doing this instead of adding extra buildings. But I don't mind that. It needs to be done at some point anyway, and I'm so happy with how the whole building's looking anyway. It doesn't bother me. So there's that first thing that I wanted, that lip that goes around just above the windows, just above the roofs there. It looks really, really nice. In these spots down here, we don't have a huge amount of room. However, I think we can get away with putting this along here first. Like this. We'll just work on this side first, because this side is going to be the same on these three, and it's going to require only a little bit of modification on there. So if we just work on one side, it should give us a good head start. Then I want to have a step that goes next to this wood, obviously to sort of block up any of those sections, all the way up here. And then depending on how much room we've got left, I was thinking about doing a little recessed arch in there. And you know what? I think we've got enough room. It doesn't need to be a big recessed arch, just like a really little miniature one, like that. I might even change those out to stairs, the same type though, obviously, like that. We need a full block at the bottom. Oops. And then I might just fill it up with cobblestone walls. But if we get a clay, the nice cyan clay to sit behind it, we could either go with cyan clay and iron bars, or cobblestone walls. Yeah, see, I like that. And there's that last one in there. You could even get away with making it one longer, like this. So yeah, clay with iron bars, cobblestone walls, or leave it how it is. I think maybe leaving it how it is would be nice. Or maybe adding just 2 walls at the bottom. We'll use the one with a little stripe on it. No, I think leaving it open. I think I prefer that. That one probably doesn't need to be there either. I think I like that. It's just a nice little detail. We don't have enough much room to do anything with it. But the other option would be to put black wool behind it with iron bars in front, just like how we've got on these sections. But I think I prefer them better in like stripes and not in like open wall sections. So we need another one of those over here. That's going to require this one, this one, taking those 2 out, putting those ones in. Was it taking that one out? Nope. Those ones. And then that one with the clay behind. I think that's the same. I've got a feeling that it's not going to be quite perfect on the front because we've done some slight modifications. Oh no, that is right. Yeah, see, that looks really nice at the bottom there. Now for above, it's going to be sort of similar to how we've got on the 2 front towers, with sort of symmetrical windows. I might go with some brown stained clay on these windows as well. It sort of blends in with the rest of the brown windows that we've got on there, and white windows. So we'll have a mix of white stained glass and brown stained glass. But again, we need the recesses. I want to have a line definitely coming up here, like all the way up there, and the same on this side. And then it doesn't really matter where our windows go. It's always best to start at the bottom and work our way up, and you know, go from there. The bigger the windows that are at the bottom, it doesn't matter, and we'll just use whatever space we've got left for the rest. So if we had a window in here, and I used full blocks for the window, and we said that there were 3 blocks wide, glass. Let's go with white stained glass for the moment. I can always change some of them up to brown if we wanted to. And they went in like that. I think that's nice. And I want the first layer of windows to be relatively tall. Is that tall enough? I think I can go with 1 block taller. Something like that. And then have stone bricks coming up the side. I'm just going to finish it off here because I don't know if those lines are going to continue through all the way up. They most likely will, but who knows. We don't want to sort of go too far ahead. And let's put a break For the moment, we'll use full blocks, but we might change those up to some kind of stairs or slabs or something like that. I think I'll add stairs and slabs underneath it. Now, we definitely need to do this on the other side. And I'm pretty sure that we did use an odd number for this. So potentially we can get another one in the middle or two in the middle. I don't know, to fill the gap. Hopefully we can get all of the windows the same size. That's relatively important. Like if the next window went right here, that would be perfect. Yeah. So we have those three and those three. And then that one, that one, that one, and that one. Put the glass in behind it. And we have 4 windows, which is quite an improvement, seeing as though on the small towers over there, we could only fit in 2. 2 on the side, you know, no more than that. But on here, we've actually got 3, and the windows are bigger. They're the same width, 3 blocks, which is what most of the windows are on the 2 towers over there. But it's actually surprising how much wider this tower is compared to those. It didn't look like it. Maybe it will now that we're sort of forcing more windows into it. You'll be able to tell it's a nice wider tower than the others. Yeah, I like that. Let's get some stairs. We'll stick with the stone brick. No, we'll go with the andesite ones. We've used andesite slabs as like detail around here. So maybe andesite stairs would look good along here. And I was thinking about doing them in the middle like this, and then getting the normal slabs to go like that. So simple and so neat. Let's get some cobblestone walls to go in between the windows and joining up to the bottom of the stairs that we've put in here. Oops. Like this. And I don't think that these windows need any more detail. We've already got a lot of recesses and a lot of embossing. The walls are great because they're not a full block's width, so you still get a little bit of wraparound shadow. And I think that's really nice. Now, the next level of windows up, I want to definitely now be brown. I like those ones being white. I think it's nice to have the white between the massive brown of the roofs. But here, we can have smaller windows, maybe even more frequent windows. Like if we only made them 1 block wide and like 4 or 5 blocks high, and we just made them all brown. So I want to keep relatively the same recess. We're going to just stick with 1 block. I might as well put these along here, then it'll make it a little bit easier for the next few minutes. We've got the block on the other side. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so there's a 5 block gap in there. That leaves us a little bit of room above for a nice final top of window. But I think if we leave these like this, we get a bunch of windows in. I don't know how many, maybe like 6, 7 even, maybe something like that. I don't know how many windows they're actually going to be. I can't remember what the width of the tower is. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got 8 windows. So let's get panes now, brown stained planes instead of full glass. That way the windows aren't quite set as far back for these ones. They're sort of just half a block back. So we'll have those going up and down these ones. And then we need something to obviously dress up the surrounding areas. Some slabs, some light grey slabs, potentially like these ones. They always look really nice. And I think we'll do a nice sort of wiggle pattern going along. You can never lose with this pattern. It looks good pretty much no matter where you put it. It starts low, it ends low. That's always a nice sign to see. I missed a window. And I think what I want to do is I want to add something like a block on each of these. If I can get my timing correct. There we go. And then the same stair type now to go on top. I think it gives the appearance that the tower might get a little bit smaller. Do you know what I mean? It sort of forces that perspective. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. Maybe even chiseled. Not the monster egg one. You don't want to use too many of these blocks, and we're pretty close to using too many in that sort of formation. You want to have sort of 1 every now and again or something like that. But that works. I think that works pretty well. I'd like to add some more extra detail down the side. In fact, this tower needs to have a wider side anyway. Okay, I won't worry about that for the moment. I know what I'm doing there. I know how we're going to figure that out. I want to have a slab, a different slab, the andesite one, that runs all the way along here. And then we start another recess back here for the top level. Now we don't have too much room up here. We can fit in another sort of small set of windows like that, and I think that's what we'll do. Nice little small ones in the top there. We could add an extra block if we wanted to go like underneath the slab, but I think that's fine, especially if we change those out for stairs. That's what we'll do. So we've got like these little 3x3 squares going on. Ooh. How come? Oh yeah, because we've come in an extra block. Okay, no, that's not a problem then. That can go there. Yeah, that's fine. And then move these either by one. We're fine. We're fine. It's because we came in that extra block because of the slabs. But we can just move that back out, and problem is still not solved. Problem is solved. Okay, wonderful. If we get the stairs to go in these spots, it's quite nice to have 4 windows again to finish off the top with. And these want to be white glass again, so we might as well use the full blocks and set them 1 block further back, like, oops, like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The interior is going to be tricky. Whenever you do a building with this kind of depth, where the windows are set back by 1 block and stuff like that, it makes it really awkward, and in some cases impossible to do an actual interior. From the outside, it might look big enough for an interior to be able to fit, but when it actually comes to reality, there just isn't. That's what happened with the main building on the port, you know, with like the funnel stacks, the tubing stacks that go up the side. There just physically wasn't enough room to do any kind of interior. Yeah, I like that. So I had to leave it. You know, the outside of the building looks way big enough to do an interior on, but on the inside there's actually only a diameter of like 4 blocks because of all the depth in the windows and stuff like that. Which just isn't big enough. It just doesn't work. Okay, I really like that. It looks so square at the moment, and that's because we're missing these pillars that go up the side, and maybe some wraparound sections as well. So I think if we can start pretty much anywhere. In fact, starting at the top wouldn't be a bad idea for this. If we came up here, see, this is what we need to add all the way down. Now what we've done is on these ones we went 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks above the main height of the tower, but this one's taller, so instead of 4 I think we can do 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I suppose this must be, I don't know, well, technically I suppose it's 100% wider than those towers if there's 2 windows on there and 4 windows on there, but I don't think it is actually that. And on top we can fit like 5 blocks. 5, 4. Yeah, 4. That works for that part. And then all we need to do is then drop this all the way down. And this is going to really help the look of the front of this tower here. We're going to get some nice shadows along the sides. We've got this extra embossed sort of part. And it joins up beautifully with there. This one then comes up, oops, here. Up and through the wood. I like how that wood sort of sits like that as well. We can keep the slabs going all the way around. There's actually a lot less fiddling than I thought. This one will be put in once we copy and flip and paste and stuff like that. So we need to do the same on this side now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's at the same height, isn't it? And 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. Run that all the way down. I'm just going to cut away for the moment. I'm going to go cut and flip and copy and paste and stuff like that to get it on all 4 sides. These 3 sides are going to fit perfectly. This last side, because of this roof being slightly lower than those roofs, because it's not as a wider section, we might need to do some sort of changing up there, but I'll come back to do that with you. I'll be back. Alright, so I've got it done on all 4 sides. It was no problem. I'm getting really good with the old flip and rotation and knowing where to stand and stuff like that. We've done it so many times. I suppose after 90 odd episodes, I probably should get pretty good. Putting the fencing around the top, just like we've got on the small towers. I think it's a really good look. And then we've got like the andesite slab to sort of fill in the top and sort of cap it off. So we'll do that here as well. 44.6. Place air with 44.6. Boom. There's a ceiling on. Anytime today. There we go. Beautiful. And then I spotted something that I actually want to change. You see how these towers sort of go a little bit wider than the building? The inside one doesn't continue down because we've got like slabs and stuff in the way. There's also some bits I want to change there. First change then we'll do is take that stairway and put it in with a full, and replace it with a full block. Oh no, why is that like that actually? That shouldn't be like that. That should be fine. That's covering up the window. Why is that window out? Ah! Yes, yes. Aha. Because of that. That is a problem. That actually is a problem. Okay, no, there's a way I can solve that. Okay, let's just clean this up then first to get rid of our problem, or not to get rid of our problems, so we don't forget about the problems. Yes, it's because that's sort of that's the trouble with corners sometimes in Minecraft. They become really quite awkward. Oops, it's okay though. I think I've got a way to fix it. So I think we're good, right? Like, it's wrong, but I think it's symmetrical wrong on all four sides. Yeah, what I was talking about was this pillar here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the slab away from each side, put 2 full blocks in, and then a stair. Not only does it make that sort of pillar continue down and then sort of go in, I think it gives some nice contour to the whole top of the castle too. So just 2 blocks and then 1 stair. 2 blocks, 1 stair. 2 blocks and a stair. We've got like another side or 2 to go. There. And there. So then I've got this window problem to do. And the bottom to finish. Oh, more than I thought. How many sides to this? I thought a square only has 4 sides, doesn't it? Alright, there we go. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. I think that really finishes that top part off. But, you know, that actually isn't too... It's not terrible how the window wraps around like that. I thought it was wrong at first, but it doesn't actually look that bad. What if we just put a cobblestone wall in? Oh, you know what? I actually like that. The other solution, which I might prefer more, actually, would be a full block, and then the stair here and here, and that makes the corner windows 2 blocks wide. So it has like this smaller, bigger, smaller look. I think that could work as well. Let's try that on all 4 sides. I think I like this idea better than leaving it, or the cobblestone wall one. And over here, I think this is going to look great, actually. Almost like we planned for it. I should have planned for it, actually. I think it's a good idea to have the side windows smaller than the other ones. You can never lose with something like that. Yeah, see? So we've got like the 2 end ones are smaller, but just barely. Yeah. No, I'm very happy with that. So as you can see, all the bottoms are done on all the sides, apart from the very front one, which is obviously bigger. It goes further down. Not really much we can do here. Ooh, I forgot the top block. Not really much we can do here, in all fairness. I think we can maybe do a similar style opening. Like, what have I got here? Oh, down there. A similar style sort of block off that we have currently on these smaller ones, but we just do it bigger on the front. I'm really not 100% sure. We definitely know that this block needs to come along here as a first thing. There's going to be some things that we know certainly. We definitely know as well. Oh, I've already got those side ones in. Well, we definitely know that this has got to come down here. This is actually a really awesome way to build anyway, is to sort of fill in the parts that you know can't have certain things in first. Because it lets you know what you have left to build with. So it comes down to, it doesn't really matter where, to be honest. I think this is all filled in here with no windows. You're not going to be able to see them anyway. And we'll go right up to that level, which I think is that one. Yep, so we can fill all of these parts in. I think we're good. Let's try and utilize all the space that we've got on the inside. It's always good practice to do that. We can come up here and up here and then out the side and follow the roof pattern. And I think that gives us whatever's left to work on any design that we could potentially fit in. I don't think there's anywhere else that needs to have nothing. Oh, maybe in front of this grate, unless we incorporate that grate into it. Which we can do, actually. Yeah, if we do what we've done there and there, and we do put those windows in, that could actually work. So like that one. And that one, and oops, and that one. Put these down the sides. We've definitely got the room to do at least that window, and then wherever else we can fit in. So what we got? So at the moment we've just got exactly the same windows, but with a little bit more room. I could fit another one in as well. We could have one that goes here. Whoops. Hello. That goes up there with the stairs. So then we have 4 on this front. I'll go with that. I'll do that. That one and that one. And the stair. Put the clay behind it. Clay can go back here. Does that block need to be there? Not really. Good. So we'll put those ones in. And these ones, that was a little bit too low. And take that one away. And the same on this side. I think that block can go back now, can't it? Yeah. Alright. In the middle here, we don't have any room, so we just fill this up. It's an odd number. Is it an odd number? Oh, yeah, don't go on the inside anymore if possible. Oh, it is an odd number. So we could have like a break in the middle, like, or even something like that. I think that works. I think that looks okay. And then here we really don't have enough room for anything that's going to be any contribution to the aesthetics of the build. So we'll just fill it in with these stone bricks. We don't even have enough room for like the black lines or anything like that. That style. Ooh, check this out. Just a couple of blocks missing there. Okay. Any other sort of light leaks happening? I don't think so. I think we're pretty good now. I can only go out the front entrance at the moment. I think all the other windows and entrances are blocked up. So, how do we look? I think that looks pretty sick, right? I think that looks pretty sick. I don't think there's anything more that we need to do with it. We don't need to touch it anymore. Let's have a quick look with the shaders on before we end off the episode. So it's a nice way to finish off. Let it load in. Turn the HUD off. Got some car. Oh, that's in the garage. Yeah. Check that out. Yeah, I really like the subtle, small brown ones through the middle. It doesn't, like, grab your attention too much. So I think that works really, really well. We've got a really nice balance there. I love those 2 big brown windows on there as well. Yeah, boom. So that technically is the main part of the cathedral completed. We've got this sort of extension section that comes off the side here. But that's going to be no problem. We can probably do that in one, maybe 2 episodes, possibly 1 episode if we really push it. We've got the graveyard, mausoleums, the wall to do, a little bit of a car park for people for weddings and stuff like that. Dress it up with some leaves and some flowers and stuff. So we've got a few episodes left for certain. And then we've got the potentiality, if we want to do an interior. I don't know if I'm going to do the interior on camera at all. I don't know if we should do the interior in a solid block, or if we should do it the same way as how we're doing the exterior, where just every now and again, every 3 or 2 or 4 episodes, we come back, we work on it a little bit more. It is quite an integral part of the city. It's always an important part of the city of Cathedral. So we really I would love to have an interior to it. But yeah, I'm very happy. Let's take a screenshot. If you guys enjoyed, that's about a terrible screenshot. If you guys enjoyed it, then hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye! That's a better angle for a screenshot.